Welcome to Echoes Untold, where we dive deep into the hidden corners of history. Stories of courage, tragedy, and mystery that time has almost forgotten. If you enjoy uncovering the past and giving voice to those lost in time, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because every whisper from history deserves to be heard. Echoes Untold, where history whispers and we listen. Part 1. The Dream of a Super-Submarine. In the aftermath of World War I, the Royal Navy stood at the height of its power, but also on the edge of a new technological frontier. Submarines had proved their worth in the Great War, but Britain wanted something more, something that could strike from beneath the waves with the power of a battleship. That vision gave birth to the M-class submarines, an ambitious experiment blending stealth and firepower. Among them was HMS M1, launched in 1917. She wasn't just another submarine, she carried a 12-inch battleship gun mounted on her deck. Imagine that, a full-sized naval cannon on a vessel designed to disappear beneath the surface. The plan was simple in theory. M1 would surface just enough for her gun to clear the waves, fire a devastating shell at an enemy ship, and then slip away unseen. It was bold and dangerous. Part 2. A Monster Beneath the Waves. 2. Bashisho. 330. M1 was massive, almost 300 feet long and over 1,600 tons when submerged. Her crew of 69 officers and men lived and worked in cramped steel corridors, surrounded by torpedoes, machinery, and the ever-present smell of oil and salt. Despite her formidable design, M1 was experimental, part submarine, part battleship, part gamble. By the early 1920s, Britain's naval treaties and post-war budget cuts limited her role, but she remained an active unit of the Royal Navy's submarine service, often seen in exercises around the English Channel. For the men aboard her, life was routine, drills, maintenance, and occasional missions, until one autumn morning in 1925, when routine turned into tragedy. Part 3. The Collision. 3:30, 5:30. It was 21 November 1925, off the coast of Start Point, Devon. The sea was calm, visibility good. HMS M1 was on exercise, submerged but running near the surface. Nearby steamed the Swedish cargo ship SS Vidar, unaware that death lurked beneath. At around 7:45 a.m., the Vidar's bow struck something hard, a glancing impact followed by a shudder through the hull. The crew looked over the side and saw a periscope snap clean off, vanishing into a swirl of bubbles and oil. They had no idea they'd just collided with the Royal Navy's most secretive submarine. Down below, in M1's control room, chaos must have erupted in an instant. The force of the collision likely crushed the gun turret housing, tearing open a hole large enough to flood the forward compartments. In a submarine, every second counts, and water pressure at even 30 meters can turn a small leak into a death sentence. Within moments, M1 sank beneath the waves, taking all 69 souls aboard to the bottom. Part 4. The Search. 5:37. When M1 failed to report back, the Navy launched an urgent search. Ships scoured the area, and aircraft were sent to look for oil slicks or debris. Days passed with nothing but silence from the deep. Finally, after nearly a week, a patch of oil and floating wreckage confirmed the worst. Admiral Sir Arthur Duff, head of the submarine service, somberly declared that M1 was lost with all hands. There would be no survivors, no final messages, no recovery. In an era before deep-sea rescue systems, a sunken submarine was a steel tomb. Part 5. The Discovery. For decades, the fate of M1 lay shrouded in darkness, until 1999, when diver Innes McCartney located her wreck about 10 miles off Start Point, resting at a depth of roughly 73 meters, 240 feet. She was remarkably intact, the hull preserved by cold, still water, but her massive gun lay torn from its mount, confirming the violence of that final collision. McCartney's dive footage revealed the silent resting place of a forgotten experiment and a lost crew. The site is now recognized as a protected war grave, a place of solemn respect rather than exploration. Part 6, Legacy and Lessons. 8:30, 9:45. The loss of HMS M1 marked the end of the Royal Navy's dream of gun submarines. The concept was abandoned. Future designs focused instead on torpedoes and stealth. Her story became a cautionary tale of ambition meeting the limits of technology and of how even the most advanced machines are helpless against the sea's unforgiving depths. But beyond the technology, it's the human cost that lingers. The 69 men whose lives ended in silence that November morning. Fathers, sons, brothers, their names carved in stone, their vessel forever sealed beneath the English Channel. As we listen to the whispers from the deep, we remember not just the machines of war, but the people who served within them. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It helps keep these echoes from fading into history. Because this is Echoes Untold, where history whispers and we listen. Fact-check note: all historical information in this episode has been fact-checked using records from the UK National Archives, the Royal Navy Submarine Museum, and verified maritime history sources. Dates, ship names, and casualty figures correspond to documented accounts of HMS M1's loss on 21st November 1925, following a collision with the SS Vidar resulting in the deaths of all 69 crew members.